Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I'm looking at is the Dogfish Head Oak Aged Siracusa Nera. This is a 10% alcohol beer. IBUs are not disclosed. It is a Russian Imperial Stout with Syrah grape must added and aged in oak. Brewed and bottled by Dogfish Head Craft Brewery, Milton, Delaware. They have a website, www.dogfish.com. Now, I sort of did a review of this on last Sunday's edition of Stout Sunday, and I thought it was pretty good. But here is your official solo review. So let's give it a pour. I got to be honest, Dogfish Head, they do make great beers, but I've kind of been let down from Dogfish Head over the years just because I don't feel like the quality necessarily matches up to the price. But nonetheless, they do make great beers. There's the pour, pretty much a black appearance. You've got about a finger of a creamy beige head. Dogfish Head was founded, I believe, in 1997. So the aroma, definitely very roasty on the aroma. Getting hints of dark chocolate, darkly toasted bread. Really not getting any of the grape or the oak presence. But it does smell like a very good stout. There's no alcohol presence on the aroma at 10%. You might expect there to be, but typically with a good stout, you don't pick up on the alcohol as much because it's such a rich, full-bodied beer. So it smells like a winner. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Cheers, guys. Very roasty and toasty. The body is medium to heavy with this one. Carbonation is light. Um, Definitely getting the dark chocolate. It's following through on the palate quite nicely. There's a nice little bitterness on the finish as well. Like I said, I don't know what the IBUs are, um, but they could be up close to 50. I mean, a malt forward beer like this, the hops don't necessarily come through as much. So a 50 IBU stout is definitely not going to be as bitter as a 50 IBU, you know, IPA or even a pale ale. But definitely getting, like I said, the chocolate, the toasty notes, really not getting the grape. And I'm not really getting any oak presence either. It is a delightful beer, though, nonetheless. It finishes very smooth. It's almost got like a creamy mouthfeel, like a milk stout, although there is no lactose added to this beer, I don't believe. At least it's not listed on the label or the website. I wish the Syrah grape must was coming through a little bit. I wish there was more of an oak presence. I'm kind of getting a slight oak presence on the finish. Definitely not like a bourbon barrel oak presence, but just a little woodiness on the finish. The 10% alcohol is non-existent. This is super smooth. You could drink this down pretty quickly, even though it is more on the heavy side as far as the body is concerned. It's very easy drinking, and you could pound a few of these no problem and get into a lot of trouble because that 10% alcohol would definitely creep up on you. I think this is a winner, guys. This is actually one of the better Dogfish Head beers that I've had recently. However, it is still slightly disappointing because the grape must and the oak aging don't really come through on the palate. The aroma, the finish, a little bit of the oak, but that's about it, like I said. It's still a really good beer. I paid $13.99 for a 4-pack, which for a 10% oak aged beer is really a pretty good value um, for a craft beer of this high alcohol, and with the aging and all of that, you know, it takes longer to make. It doesn't specify how long they age the beer either. My guess would just be a couple of months because it's really not coming through that much, like I said. Um, I'm going to go with an 89 out of 100 with the Siracusa Nera. It is bordering on an A, but I can't quite give it an A because it doesn't have those elements that I was expecting to come through on the palate. It's right there on the label. Uh, Grapes right there on the label, and then oak aged, the first two words on there before the Siracusa Nera. So I was expecting a little bit more of that. But nonetheless, guys, it's still a great beer. If you gave this an A, I probably wouldn't argue with you. But the reason that it's not getting an A for me personally is for the reasons that I just stated. It's just not enough of the oak, and I'm not getting any of the grape must. Um, so 89 out of 100 for the Dogfish Head Oak Aged Siracusa Nera. That'll do it for this beer review, guys. Hope you're all having a great day. And until next time, everybody, cheers.